Hello again. I do not believe that there can be many people in this country who would actually object to a woman being appointed to a post if she was better qualified to do the job than the other people in the running. Nor do I suppose that there can be all that many who would wish to see a black person barred from a job purely by the colour of his skin. Most of us would regard that as iniquitous. On the other hand, an awful lot of people would object to a job being given to a woman or a man with a dark skin simply because those people possess those physical attributes. That would be pretty stupid. Put somebody in charge, say, of the country's finances simply because she was a woman, or perhaps to make a man foreign secretary only because his skin was so obviously darker than previous holders of that post. Such a situation would be asking for trouble, because simply being a woman does not in itself make one any more likely than the next person to be able to run the treasury and balance the budget. Just as the post of Home Secretary has now become one which it is felt should only be given to a woman, no matter her ability to run the Home Office, so too a woman was appointed Chancellor of the Exchequer last year, not because she had any particular aptitude for the job, but rather because no woman had held that office of state before, and it might look good and persuade women that Labour was the party which cared about them. In much the same way, David Lammy was appointed Foreign Secretary, not because he is a shrewd and intelligent man who knows a great deal about international affairs, but rather because he is black and the so-called optics are really good. So it is that three of the great offices of state now are filled by women and minorities. Fantastic achievement. Well, up to a point. The difficulty with giving jobs to people based upon their appearance and gender is that they may not be any good. And this is, alas, what has been seen with Rachel Reeves. She somehow bluffed her way into being in the running for Chancellor because Keir Starmer already had it in mind to give the post to a woman, which would make him look very progressive and on the edge of the modern world. I'm guessing that she played up the fact that she studied philosophy, politics and economics at Oxford and worked as an economist at the Bank of England and then later for the Bank of Scotland. Of course, we now know that she was not working as an economist at all at the Bank of Scotland, which raises an interesting question. In 2006, she moved from the Bank of England to Halifax, Bank of Scotland. She was, it is claimed, a successful economist at the Bank of England, but why would she then decide to give up being an economist and go to work instead in the Customer Relations Department at the Halifax, which of course has nothing at all to do with economics? And she did that for the next 4 years. There is, I think, a story there somewhere. One thing is certain, and that is that she has trashed the British economy even more thoroughly than Kwasi Kwarteng managed to do a couple of years ago. Economically, we are entering a disaster zone, and it's all down to this woman's doing. That's what happens when you choose people based on gender rather than ability. David Lammy had to have the job of Foreign Secretary because Starmer's government is so white that a black man in an important post was essential. But what a man to give the job to! Lammy is probably not the most stupid man in the cabinet, but nor is he, to say the very least of it, the most talented. The line-up of 2 women and a black man might look good in photographs, but they are seriously not up to the job of running the Treasury, Home Office and Foreign and Colonial Office. Mind if it comes to that, I suppose their boss is not too good at being Prime Minister either. Ignore skin colour and gender, point only on talent and ability.